All right, so everyone please take out your Cornell notebooks. Start your Cornell notebooks. How about your homework? We're missing one, that's right. We're going to talk about that. So, okay. You sound my voice platforms. Alright, here's the deal. You and your Cornell notebook questions and summaries right now. I'm going to go over that in just a minute. Finish it. Well, you got to do this. Good. Remember, I asked you for each. You Lacey said no? Okay. Homework? Copy of homework? That's perfect. Very nice. Homework? I hear a lot of talking, not a lot of writing. Yeah, the Cornell notebook is just for Cornell notes. Yeah, I didn't grade on this. We had this conversation. Same, yeah, John, same thing. As long as you give it to me a day late, you still get some credit for it. All right, how are we doing today, guys? Good? Yeah. All right, cool. So, yesterday, we finished up with the Persian Wars. And we started with the Greek plays, the dramas, and the comedies. Who thinks they can give me the names of all 4 playwrights pronounced correctly? Ooh. Jonathan, we'll start with you. Can you pronounce all 4 playwrights correctly? Let's see. Not quite, but yeah. Close, but not quite. Go ahead, Xavier. Aristophanes. You had Sophocles, Euripides, and what was the last one? Aeschylus. Nice job. So, a few things. So, a few things before you move forward. Yesterday I stayed late. I graded your notebooks. Thank you. Because my grade's not working perfectly every day. A few things I want to go over real quick. First, when you do your Cornell notes, okay, you have to separate it correctly. Okay. So very first and foremost, what goes right here? Raise your hand. The notes. Notes go here. For the most part, many of you did the notes, and I was happy with that. There was some depth and complexity icons missing. I didn't really take off for that. If you did the notes as it was instructed, you did what you should have done, you got between a 90 and 100 on your notebook. Okay? If you didn't have a notebook back there, I couldn't grade it, so that would be a 50. I can't help with that. Now we have the notes, so if you didn't have the depth and complexity icons like the flower or the lips, and don't make fun of my drawings, they know I'm terrible at, that's fine. However, the best thing I'm looking for, and no one got 100, but some people got 98s and 99s. What goes over here? Raise your hand. Sandy. Questions. Thank you for raising your hand. Questions go here. Now, how questions work is you're supposed to be able to pull back those notes and say, if I read this question, and I turn the paper over, is that question going to be answered? So, for instance, those who read last night and did their homework, there were two of the playwrights that didn't get along. Can someone tell me who those two were? Donnie, I'll start again first. You want to pass to someone else? Okay, Stephen?
It's the two persons that were rivals to each other.
Correct.
It was
Aeschylus?
Sophocles.
Aeschylus and Sophocles. So what's a good question I would make? And so I can find out my notes. Cameron?
Who were the two dramatists that were against each other?
That would be a good question. Or the two dramatists that were rivals. That way when I fold my notes over, I can say, oh, these two were rivals. That way I have answered my own question. What goes up the top here? Come on. The topic, which you should have written the big four. That's the topic. What about up here? Hold on. Okay. Heading, what else? David? Well, that's your heading. Okay, so your central question is the question for each unit. That is always, always, always going to be up here on the board. So even though it talks about republic and democracy, because we're going to be getting to Rome, this is the essential question for the entire unit. Okay? Not the year, the unit. Okay? So you have your topic, your heading, which, by the way, some people, your Cornell notes, when I went through them, there was no names. So sometimes you wrote your name in the bottom corner of the notebook, I had to kind of squint down to see. But if you always have a heading, I never have to guess. So we have our topic, our heading, essential question, our notes, our questions. What goes down here in this section, Milan? Summary. So how this works is with the summary. With a summary, you're just kind of giving me the gist. So if a guy came to me and said, "Mr. Frank, watched a football game last night," I'm not going to give him 60 minutes of a play-by-play of the football game. I'll say, yeah, it was an okay game. I know that the 49ers lost the Cardinals. Summarize. Summarize the big four. The big four were playwrights in ancient Greece who helped start the comedy and tragedy of what we now know as modern-day plays. I'm down with that. That's a good summary. Thumbs up, thumbs down, we get this. Some of those are sleeping. No? Not yet? Nancy, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Excellent job. So for the most part, all of you that turned it in, if you did some form of notes, I'm not asking to be perfect. No one's perfect. I'm not. Something that I know that if you went back in and I gave you a test, like I did before, you go back in with your notes and you'll be fine. A lot of 92s, 93s, 94s at this test. So for the most part, I was relatively happy. Next on my grade, though, I'm going to be more specific, making sure that you have these sections. Yes.
Like, you repeat the rivals again?
Good. Stevie, you want to go back? You're the one that told us who were the rivals.
Sorry if I mispronounced them, but it's Sophocles and Aeschylus.
Yes. Sophocles. Aeschylus. Not escalator. Aeschylus.
Excavator.
He may have been on his way up, but it wasn't escalator. Yes. Excuse me. One minute here. Yes. Okay. What do you think about it again? So what I would like you to have out right now is I want everyone please have out your packets and turn to page 59. 59. Yes, sir.
If you bring the notebooks together, you regrade the ones up from the floor.
I will look them over to make sure that you have made corrections, and that may boost your grade a little bit depending on. Yes, Amani. Page 59.
Okay.
Who needs a highlight? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're all good at catching today. As I say,
He jinxed it.
I did make it.
I jumped you
Tommy?
Interception.
Oh, Sandy, you turned around.
I got it.
Man, he didn't throw it.
Okay. All right. It's time my voice back once.
You
It's time my voice back once. There you go. I would like everyone to look on the top of page 59. Alright, so everyone should be on the top of page 59. Now, we talked recently about the Persian Wars and how the Greeks eventually came together and fought back the Persians as one nation. Before, they were individual city-states. Athens didn't consider themselves Greek, neither did the Spartans. Afterwards, they realized they had a lot in common. Now, Athens takes control, and they form this group of people. What was it called? Cameron? Delium. So the Delian League is a collection of Athens and a lot of other nations in that area. However, raise your hand, please, don't fall out. What was the problem with the Delian League? You lazy? Right? They were not fair to the other city-states. How did they treat them, Maria?
Bad, like, the whole insurance thing, and then, like, wasn't fair because, like, they were never, like, the Persians never attacked, so they kept getting all this stuff from the city-states, and nothing was happening, and they were kind of, like, just taking their stuff away.
Okay, you're absolutely 100% right. There's actually a word they're looking for.
Well, I don't know the word, but because the Indian League is the king, and the other city-states are, like, the peasants that pay taxes to live in the...
That's a great example, but
I think the word that you used was, I was saying that, they're, like, slaves, and then something like that,
almost like slave Cameron.
Okay, they were making profit off of them, so they were, like, it was like they were the head, and the other ones were the tail, and that word is, like, social justice, something like that. It's like government.
I like the way you reference back.
Democracy.
Okay, so they didn't really use democracy. This is more like treating them like colonial subjects, right?
Oh, literally.
Right.
That's what?
I have no idea. Okay, may I please have everyone tracking the speaker right now?
Yeah.
Tracking the speaker. See 5 people that are off task right now. Waiting for 3 more people. Excellent. Okay. So this Delian League upset some of these city-states, but raise your hand again. Which is one city-state that did not want to join? Stephen? Sparta. Remember, Sparta and Athens weren't really friends. So, Sparta did something different, and that caused some problems. So everyone, please look on page 59. Everyone should have their highlighter out, ready to go. Okay. I'm going to read the intro part, and then we'll take volunteers to read the question.
So are we?
We're highlighting first. We'll go over those later on. Okay. Everyone following the top, track along. The Peloponnesian War. Athens versus Sparta. As Athens built its empire, Sparta looked on with concern. The Spartans worried that Athens was becoming too powerful. They also resented Athenian attempts to push Athenian-style democracy on other Greek city-states. Okay. Amani, tell us about Sparta and several allies.
Sparta had several allies, including Greek cities from Corinth and Thebes.
Corinth and Thebes. I know these are hard, but give it your best shot.
Thebes came together to form the Peloponnesian League. This league was named for the Peloponnesian, a mountainous Peloponnesian
Let her try.
peninsula that formed the southern part of Greece. Sparta and several other allies were located on the Peloponnese.
Good. So everyone looks over the board real quick. So we had Athens right here. Okay. There are other, remember that city I told you about yesterday, Piraeus, that coastal city?
Yeah.
That actually would come into effect again. So you have Athens. Then over here you have Sparta.
Oh,
Okay. Remember this little land that I drew in before?
yeah.
This is called Peloponnese, okay, or Peloponnesus. All of the city-states here are part of the Peloponnesian League. So they kind of use this mountainous terrain here. So by where they lived is how they formed their connection. Okay. Very good. Next to read. Okay. All right. We'll go question, and we can go ahead. We're going to get right to that, everybody. That's that question.
Did Athens take over that whole piece of land right
And we're going to get there soon, okay? Go ahead, Donnie. Yes, 430.
during the 430 BC diplomatic relations between Athens and Peloponnesian League deteriorated. Finally, in 431, the Peloponnesian War broke out. This devastating war continued for more than 25 years and was eventually put an end to the Athenian Empire.
Very good. Can we take a pencil or pen and underline that word deteriorate? Who knows what deteriorate means? Asia?
Can I say yes?
Absolutely.
I think it means broken down.
You're pretty much on the butt money. Cameron, add on to that?
Okay, deteriorated means like as inside out of the hole, then it started breaking away from that, and it ended up attacking.
Okay, got that?
But it started like rocking away. Like it started to like die down, like when a plant doesn't get water, it starts to deteriorate and the plant starts to decay.
All three of you are correct. Broken down, decay, or wither away. That's deteriorate. So between Athens and Sparta, that connection they made between trade and all that stuff, that started to break down and get worse. Okay? Question? Or? And it finishes decaying, it would become ruins. Nice connection. Okay, Jasmine? Okay. Jasmine, you were going to tell me about the beginning of the war.
The outset of the war, Pericles was still the leader of Athens. Pericles knew that the Spartan army was stronger than the Athenian army, but he also knew that Athens had a stronger navy. If the Athenians could avoid a major long battle, Pericles believed that they had a good chance of winning.
Pericles, good. That's a good way to think about it, Maria. Hey, listen, those little mnemonic devices that you create pair of cleats, just get rid of the cleats, pair of cleats. Okay? If it helps you remember, I'm fine with it. Just don't write pair of cleats on your test.
I got a new pair of cleats.
All right. Very good. Everyone look up here. So we have Spartan and Athenian military. We talked about this before. What was Sparta really good at? Raise your hand. What type of fighting? Damien? So they were better on land or what? Land. And then Athens had what?
They had better armies and their ships, and their ships are more removable and how they can make the hull, so they're better on water.
Good. So what is it called that if you have a military, what is the part of the military that deals with boats and ships?
The Navy.
The Navy. So if we say
Athens had a stronger navy.
yes, Athens had a stronger navy.
Sparta had a stronger army.
Correct.
What's better? It's not the same.
So, Cameron, question? Okay, we'll get there in a second. Here's the question. Back to the speaker, please. So the question is, which is better to have? A stronger army or a stronger navy? But, how would they fight each other?
On water. Or on land. No.
They fight on the boat.
In air.
They both fight on the boat.
Steven, go ahead. What do you think?
They use bait.
Bait. Can you elaborate on that?
Like, they lure them in some water. So they're stronger too.
Okay. Cameron, you want to add to that?
I think the army would be better. But
And why is that?
because they would, Sparta would build a big boat, like an ark. Then, even though it's like huge, they would row it over to the Navy. And even though they had a stronger Navy, they would use the coastal hull, and then the Spartans would get off the boat and onto the Athenian boat and start killing all their people. So when the boat sank, they could just come back to their ark and go away.
There's actually a type of military strategy that uses that type of tactics. I'm glad you brought that up because that has happened before in history. Not so much here, but we will get to that eventually. Okay?
I think they are stronger because they use boats and they are used to fighting.
Okay, good.
I was wondering.
Real quick to add on, and we're moving on. Good.
Okay, so I agree with Stephen how that they can use bait because, like, for example, you know how it seems like Sparta like weapons and all big things that they can use against the Athens that they don't like the people they don't like. What if they use the trap, like you know how during that thing where they the horse thing like that?
The Trojan horse.
Yeah, the Trojan horse where they threw them in like that into the water and then boom, like a surprise attack and kill them.
Okay, David? Okay, hold on. We're going to do these things. Question or? Okay, so you also have to think about the weapons of the time. They didn't have large guns. So, first off, this is great conversation. It's actually most of it's going to be answered in the next section. Okay, so Cameron, can you please go on about Pericles?
Pericles came up with a strategy